was here. I'm like, it's just you. What a day.
Why?
Because, like, I mean, I was here late last night, and then, you know, I tried to sneak in some tennis, and it's just been hardcore ever since. It's just been hardcore. Wow, I was like in the zone right there. So you showing up like woke me up. It's amazing. You get deep in your own thoughts sometimes, right? Look, I mean, you get deep in your own thoughts.
So you're bringing that down?
Oh yeah, I'm bringing this thing down. This is not what it appears. This is, on the outside of this is actually the new, on the outside of this is the new postage machine. On the inside is the old postage machine. And what a lot of people don't realize is that postage meters are like currency, right? I mean, I'm able to print money value to mail my letters, envelopes, certified mailings, everything. And so the federal government doesn't mess around. You have to send your old one back in because this thing can print money. In the loosest sense, print money, all right? Everybody take it easy over there. But there's a reason I can't just, roof test it. You ever use the phrase roof test? Roof test.
I don't even know what that is.
Take something up to the roof, throw it off the top of the roof, and see how it does. That's it. You're roof testing it. It's an old frat house phrase. We can start by saying it's officially warm enough outside that I have to like turn the fan down to shoot the episodes of the vlog in the car. We're going to talk about negotiations on this episode of Unbillable. 3 things you can negotiate that you don't think you can negotiate. I'm obviously not in the Unbillable vehicle of choice, my incredible Carrera S. I mean, if I do say so myself, I'm a car guy. I like my car.
I agree.
But we're here in the Love Bus, as I so eloquently refer to it, and we're taking our stamp machine to the UPS store. And of course, buying a car like this, you usually realize you can negotiate. You know, going into buying a car, you can negotiate. Some people hate it. Some people hate it so much, they've actually started, I think it's like businesses, I won't name anyone specific, but businesses that have like eliminated the need to negotiate. Like whatever the number is on the car, that's really our number. That's the number, we don't negotiate at all. Or you can hire other people to go negotiate the car deal for you if you don't think you're a good negotiator or you think one of them is a better negotiator. But that's what I think of as like an obvious, something we all know gets negotiated is the purchase of a car. But what about 3 things you don't know that can be negotiated? So let's start with like the first thing. To me, the number 1 thing people don't know they can negotiate, but they can, is their cable bill. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you've ever ordered the NFL Sunday ticket, we're currently in the NFL offseason, but if you've ever ordered the NFL Sunday ticket, you should call up and do some weaseling. I mean, when I say weaseling, negotiate with them, right? Tell them that you're looking for an incentive to stick around. You'll sign a 1-year contract or an extension of your current agreement if they throw in the Sunday ticket. Like, why do I think they would do that? If I don't have the company that provides the cable, right? Then what are they doing to get me to sign up? They're offering the NFL Sunday ticket. So then I say like, hey, I saw on TV you're giving it for free. How about you give it to me? Next thing you know, you're negotiating. Maybe you get it for free. Maybe you don't get it for free. Maybe they give it to you for a little bit less. Maybe they knock some money off your monthly payment. That's negotiating, right? You're just getting whatever that you would have had for a little bit of a lesser price. So your cable bill or your cable extras, the price of those things, that can be negotiated. That's the first thing on our list. All right, so the second thing that you can negotiate that you often overlook has to do with when you're working somewhere, when you get a new job. Everybody goes in kind of trying to negotiate the money. Frankly, most people go in hyper-focused on the money. There's other things you can negotiate. What about like the job title? Like the title that you hold, or the vacation days, how many vacation days you might get in a year? Those types of things can be negotiated. Also, just something to keep in mind. Every dollar that your employer pays you, like literally pays to you, gets taxed. So like in order for you to, let's say, make $70 to your pocket, your employer has to pay you $100, and like that $30 in the middle, that goes to Uncle Sam, right? But if you think about some kind of other incentives, like let's say one that I like to think of is like the cell phone. If your employer can add you to their cell phone plan, that might only make their cell phone plan go up like maybe $50, and the cost on a monthly of your cell phone is probably like $100, so you're saving $100 and only spending $50. That sounds like a win-win. So you can negotiate things other than the salary. It's things, let's say, outside of the box, outside of the stereotypical things that you can negotiate. That's what you got to think about, and negotiate those things the next time you're looking at a new job. Oh, Luis, I almost forgot to tell you, when I was in the UPS store, I was telling a lady like, man, your UPS store is pretty busy. And she's like, yeah, it's that time of season. And then she was like, if you like this episode, hit the like button. If you have a comment, put it in the comments below, and subscribe. Of course, subscribe would mean a lot to us. You didn't see that coming, did you? I got you with that one. Let's go. All right, and the third thing you can negotiate is your lease. Like, think about where you're living, or maybe like where your office is paying rent. That can be negotiated, especially if you're in a spot where you're renewing it. I mean, people realize when they're moving for the first time that they can negotiate, maybe get a free month's rent or a couple free months, or one perk or another here or there on the move in. But there's actually, you can get some extra perks. There's some incentives there when you renew. Think about it. If you were to leave that space, there's a cost to your landlord, and they would create that incentive for a new tenant. Why not ask for it yourself when you are trying to renew that situation? I mean, you're basically like, for purposes of the landlord, they don't really care if you're moving things in or moving things out of the unit. What they care about is the monthly rent. So from the landlord's perspective, you're a tenant that's staying. You might as well ask for that same incentive. You're keeping their chain of income coming in. Why not ask for the same incentive that a new person jumping in to keep that chain going would get? That's what you should be asking for. And don't be shy about it. You got to take your shot. You got to shoot your shot. All right, before I let you guys go, we've talked about 3 things you can negotiate, like your cable bill. We talked about job perks, and of course, we talked about lease renewals. But how do we do that, right? How can I help you become a better negotiator? Here's 3 tips on being a better negotiator when you want to negotiate those 3 things. All right, the first thing is do some research. All right, you got to do your research. You got to know your stuff. You have to know what the options are, what the benefits available to someone else are, what you could get if you were to take your business elsewhere, take your rent somewhere else. What are the incentives that the provider is giving to other people to join and become a customer like you? You need to do your research and know your stuff, all right? The second thing is you got to be specific. You need to be specific. Ask for what you want. If you want a couple months free rent, say, hey, how about a couple months free rent? What if I sign today? Can I get a couple months free rent? You need to be specific with what you want. Don't beat around the bush and say, hey, it would be nice if you could give me a break here or there. Ask for what you want. How about a 20% discount? It'd be nice for you to give me a 20% discount. Be direct. Ask for what you want. Be specific. And the third thing is, don't be emotional. This is business. This is negotiating. This isn't emotional. This isn't about your relationship with the other person or what they think of you as a person. This is about money. This is business. This is you trying to keep money in your pocket and them trying to put money in their pocket. Naturally, those are 2 opposites. It's not emotional. They don't hate you. They don't dislike you. You shouldn't hate them. You shouldn't dislike them. Remember that it's strictly business. Oh, and the last thing, remember what the lady at the UPS store said, right? If you like this episode, you got to comment, and of course subscribe, hit the bell so you know what's up, and you'll see us and we'll see you on the next episode of Unbillable.